going live. Alright, we are live. I think we have a bit of a small lobby today, but we shall see. Anyways, here we are heading into the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's time for qualifying. Let's see if we'll get as interesting of a session as real life qualifying. Well, yeah, actually real life qualifying today was a good qualifying, to be fair. Yesterday the sprint quali was better. Don't think you can argue with that. Anyways, it doesn't matter how many cars there is, if the few cars that are here are gonna give us some great racing action, the 10 guys, then that is going to be absolutely fantastic already. Gap to fastest lap, detail, best lap if anything. We look at the lap data, the telemetry, and I will also enable the track map. We'll see if I'm gonna do detail. I don't think so. Now, anyways, we see the first car out on track. That would be the Alpine. Oh no, the F1 Racing Shot in the Alfa Romeo has also just left the garage. There's the Mercedes in the background getting out. I'm not sure which one of them that is yet. We still have to get confirmation on which one that would be. Jan is out, Yin Morris is out of the pits, so they are out getting a lap done early here. Janne on the intermediates, so is Yinmo, so they are using esports tactics once more, trying to just do their first lap on the wrong compound basically, although we got Fish Gamer on the medium, so him saving a set as well for the race, a soft tyre. The question is that really going to be worth it? With just 10 cars out there on track, I am not really sure if there's going to be much use in that, because I don't know if there's going to be that many safety cars. I don't see it. But if you're convinced that this is going to help you, feel free to do it. But we've got the F1 Racing Short. He's on... Racing Short is on the soft, as you would expect in qualifying. And, well, he'll be looking to certainly go faster than the rest of those on an out on track right now. On Inters on mediums, so that being Fish Gamer, Jannes, Yinmo certainly. I don't know what Matty's on. For example, Sean is on an out lap, so that could be interesting. Let's go on board for the final two corners. Strict track limits are on, so you've got to be precise here. Well, he leaves a bit of room there, so we can certainly use a bit more track, and he goes fastest of all for now, ahead of Alpine. Jean is also on Inters, as is Janne. Marcel Jan also on Inters, so is Falcon, so is Matty, who's going to go and cross the line now, pretty much. Oh no, he's just finished his out lap, hasn't he? Sorry there. I was like, where's the lap time? Lindsay here on Inters as well. Bit of a slide there through turn 6. No, sorry, 7. It's just like, no, that's not right. Ooh, that's wide. And that's the lap gone, and we have a crash in the background. It's Tim Bleich spun into the wall at turn 10. The Alpha Tower is round, but he's still going. He just lost his front wing. And that's not ideal. He's on inters though, to be fair, so he's not wasted a soft set at least. That is something, but you can see the understeer there at turn 1, as he certainly didn't intend to go over that sausage curb. Invalidated lap again for Lindsay, as Falcon rounds the last corner on the edge of track limits there, but it's just an inters run, so don't get too excited. And it's a second lap as well, so Sean, we see here, will probably be on an in lap. I don't think he's pushing, although ERS is turned on. Ian Moe is back in the pits. Masa Jan is still out, but he's returning as he's already set his lap. Sean, on the other hand, I'm not sure what he's doing. No, he's also turning into the pit lane. So will Falcon, I would assume, if you're nearly a second down on your split in the first sector, that doesn't look like a push lap. Here we see Tim nursing his car back to the pit lane with that broken front wing. He's got round now. That was relatively quick, since, well, it is a short lap around here, and we've got the Alpine back out, pretty much the first one to go on the very first one to go on a second lap on, well, his first lap on soft tires, his second fast lap, it's going to be overall, but yeah, first one of the inters / medium runners. He ran mediums in the first stint, and first run. So, but he's the first one of those to save a set of softs to go on a soft run, so we shall see how that's going to play out, although Matty Jonga is also already on his outlap, preparing a flyer. He'll most likely be on the soft, at least I would assume he is. So we see him run up now to turn 3, hardest brake zone here on the track, but it's uphill and that helps quite a fair bit. It's a bit trickier when you get to turn 4 after this DRS zone, so you're going to get 8th gear, you're going over 300, and then the braking here is downhill into this right-hander that is sort of, again, downhill, and it's kind of tricky to get the balance right there with the car with the turn in, but it's actually it's okay, like it's not super tricky as we go through the final 2 corners. Not that close on track limits, but that was very fine there. Turn 10, that was a brave cut, as we see Matty Jonga tackle the last 2 corners now on board here. That was certainly safer at the apex of turn 10. He goes fastest of all for now. Let's watch his teammate then on his first soft run as he goes up to the sector split there, 4.5 tenths down, turns 3, bit wide, missed the apex, but he's gonna get the exit. It's still okay, it's not perfect, but it's fine. He could still do a very fast time as he goes 3rd gear through turn 4 there, nice line. That looked fairly clean as we go through turn 6. Good exit there. Slightly missed the apex here at 7. Not using all the curb on exit. Into turn 9 and through 10. Ooh, bit of a slide there. Nearly did a spin out of 10, and it's only P2 for now. I say only. That's still a very good lap as we follow Sean, who's already done his lap though. I think he's back on his way to the pits. Yeah, his battery's just recharging. He's not got the battery on. Let's go with Marcel Jan then. He is on an outlap, so he's preparing for a run right now. Teammate right behind, and so he's going to pull along Lindsay here, who runs wide. Is that already an invalid lap? Yes, it is. Confirmation there. So that's going to be recharging the battery, saving fuel, and going again at the end of this lap now. The question is, do you go into the pit lane and just get a new set? I don't think that's necessary. That's not yet necessary because of time. You've definitely got the time to do a run to go again if you make a mistake on this run. Get into the pits, get back out for a third lap. It's very clean. Let's go on board because you can see very clearly the line through here and how close we really are to track limits. I don't trust the TV cameras here to show us how close to the limit everyone here is perfectly. As we got some attempts to stand still here on track, as I think this is about who's gonna get Slipstream, and well, it appears that Falcon has decided he's had enough now, and he just goes ahead of the Aston Martin, bolts it in hope to get away a little bit, but no. Oh, he's played a trick there. Haha, what a clever guy. So the Aston Martin now out alone on track. Falcon's probably not going to go for a push lap. DRS not open. And the light flashing as we see going over the exit curb. They're a little bit over that yellow sausage curb, that small sausage curb, it has to be said, but it's not ideal going over there. The Aston Martin heading through turn 4, taking all of the exit curb there, going on the curb here in front of 6. That's fine, you should probably do that as we head down through 7, getting an okay apex, getting a decent exit line there. And now headed for turns 9 and 10, get the car turned in, using all the track here, entry turn 10, that was really using all the track. And that's P6 for now. As we see Falcon now going for the lap, heading down into turn 1. Decent rotation there over the curb, nice exit. Really have to find a bit of a balance there through turn 1. How much risk you want to take, because you do need a clean exit, and turn 3 was superb by the way. So we head down to turn 4, braking here, turning in, nicely done so, using the exit curb a little bit as we're heading for turn 6, long left, and down into 7 and 8. The final 2 corners are going to be very important. He doesn't use the entry curb all that much. That was cutting it fine there on the apex, really of 10. You can't really go further to the inside. It's P7 for now as we see Fish Gamer go for a lap. Or I think in lap rather. ERS light flashing as we see Janne already going for the run. So he's early, but if he has a spin or a track limit then if he has enough fuel, he can go again. He's got the time, and right now, he's certainly not going to have traffic, the number 13 car. Williams headed down for turn 4 now. That's a nice line, using some exit curb. Not too much. Nothing exciting here, but the cleanest laps are often the fastest, as he's right on the edge there, as he sets a purple time. But he's invalidated and he's recharging the battery, you can see. Falcon's behind him. Yeah, he's recharging the battery there. Falcon's going into the pit lane. Janne. Is he going again right away? No, he's pitting. He's pitting. Yilmaz's on an out lap. Let's watch him. Tim has retired from the session again. I wonder why that is, but I guess he wants to avoid the turn 1 carnage. Same reason as last time round. I have no clue what is happening. What it is about Lindsay right now. There's something going on here in the background, shall we say. I don't know what it is about. But Tim has just confirmed to me that he's doing the Monza strat again. He's sacrificing qualifying. He always is what he said. Same strat as last race. Same strat as every race. As Yinmo goes fastest of all, first one to dip into the 103s, 103.986. But Matti and Pito, he's on the outlap. Marcel Jan is on a flyer right now as we speak, as he's heading down towards turn 4. Now he's gonna be absolutely going for it. He's gonna be pushing the limits of his Aston Martin. Yeah, he's using quite a fair bit of track here. He's nearly 2/10 down, so he's looking to go faster, but there's traffic! Oh, there's huge traffic, and he hits the rear end of the Mercedes, and that is Sean, and not Yinmo. The question is just, is Yinmo going to get in trouble for this as well? Is this going to be judged as a team play? That is the question, because we had the Ferraris in Portimao. Dan caused a safety car for fun, as he said, which benefited his teammate Waltz, and they were both banned for the race in Monza. Although it had to be said that as Matti goes 1 minute 3.763, that is almighty, and Marcel was not on for a 0.7, he just wasn't. He was on for maybe a 0.8, I would say, but I don't think he was on for a 0.7, as we see Jan going through the last 2 corners as he's accelerating off now, turn 10 and across the line in 103.877. It's a Williams front row lockout if nothing crazy happens, and nothing crazy is going to happen because Yinmo is not on a fast lap. He's going to go P5. We're going to have Schultz in P3 alongside Sean, Yinmo P5 alongside Lindsay in P6. Marcel Jan finishes 7th as he's been denied his final run. That could have been a challenge for the front row there. No. And, well, people are absolutely furious in the chat. Right there. Oh, this is havoc. This qualifying is... It's just gone all wrong, has it not? Sean, you have no clue what was happening there. There was an other car alongside or around there as well, and I mean, I'd have to have a look again. I'll just quickly go back in the live stream to try and evaluate sort of what that was that happened there towards the end with Marcel. Someone who has triggered the race start. Well, cheers for that. As we see the Alfa Romeo challenge for P2 not happening. As we see him drop back through the field. They're all sorting it out now. As we see Lindsay. Oh, is that front wing damage potentially for Fish Gamer in the Alpine? I cannot see any damage to the front wing. It looks fine on the cameras as Yinmo's dropping through the field down to P7 now. And he's got Falcon alongside on the inside. Turn 9, they're fighting. He's on the outside through 10. Is that going to be a track limit warning as Matti leads the race ahead? He's crossed the line first. And now he's got Marcel past Yinmo and he's down into P9. As we see Sean go for it on Janne, he's past him on the straight. And well, so sort of some clearing up maybe on what happened to Marcel in qualifying. There was his Aston teammate to the right. Sean was absolutely on the racing line. Although in fairness, as we have some racing action on track. It's Alfa Romeo v Alpine. The Alpine's wide. Falcon passes on the exit. Yinmo has a shot into turn 4. He'll be looking to gain positions as Falcon overtakes the Alfa Romeo ahead. The Alfa Romeo is having none of it. He's fighting back, going towards turn 6, but that's not happening, is it? So let me analyze this qualifying situation. 3-second penalty already. Sean is pulling a bit to the right. He notices way too late, I think, that there's a fast car coming up behind him. So the game gave him a 5-place grid drop already, as Falcon sets the fastest lap of the race for now. Trust me, it won't stay with this fastest lap, as we, I think, get some action maybe in the background. So we switched to there with the cameras, but that's not really much use. But Lindsay might be going for the move here into turn 4. Yes, that's exactly what is happening. On the inside there, tiny bit of contact, but fair move, I would say. And it's a clean overtake. 7/10 back now. Don't drop out of DRS, but I think the action's fine here on Janne, who's just clinging on to his teammate Matti. This is really a spicy team combo. I mean, we've got the Season 1 and the Season 2 champion in the same team, as we nearly get racing action there between Sean and Falcon. So yeah, Sean had a grid drop, so we'll see if the FIA thinks that it's fine with that, as Falcon goes to the inside. That's not going to happen on the exit, is it? He doesn't have the better traction. Let's get some stuff enabled here. Sean losing the position now. Falcon through. Yeah, Williams spicy team combo. Season 1 and Season 2 champ in the same team. So we'll see, can Janne carry that momentum that he had from Haas into his season here at Williams? Can he take up the fight to his teammate, who's right now looking like he's back on top of things? And whilst we don't really have anything better to do, speaking of getting on top of things, let's talk about real life F1. Daniel Ricciardo has definitely beaten Tsunoda this race weekend quite clearly. And the interesting thing is that Ricciardo has complained in the first couple races that he just didn't have to grip. He was on the limit, as Fishgamer gets another penalty just as we speak of pushing the limits. And Ricciardo has asked for a chassis swap with Tsunoda in case there is something off with that chassis. Now, this chassis swap has happened not because Ricciardo asked for it, but it was apparently planned by the Racing Bulls anyways, all the way along, to swap chassis in China. So, for the Chinese Grand Prix. And now Tsunoda has complained that he doesn't understand the car, that he's got no grip, and he's been out-qualified by Ricciardo. Similarly, and outraced as well. Similarly to how Tsunoda outraced Ricciardo the first 4 races. So maybe there is something off with that RB chassis. Because that seems very sudden. Tsunoda was looking good. That's just something interesting maybe to take from real life F1 as we see a battle for the lead with Janne passing Matti now. The hard tyres coming alive a little bit here. Will Matti re-challenge or will he play the team game? Not going for it into turn 4, but we see a battle on the fringes. Well, of the top 10, I say. Oh, contact as Tim gives a little hit to Fish Gamer, who goes a little bit sideways as a result of that. And Tim is looking to pass now. Look at that. He's got a better line there. Certainly. I think they're both on softs. Is that right? And I don't feel like that's worked for them so well now, has it? As Fishgamer gets his 3rd penalty of the race. Jesus Christ, lucky we don't give penalty points for track limits violations. Otherwise this guy would have a race ban by now. He gets like 1 track limit warning every lap on average. That's just too much by any standard. It's too much. It shouldn't be the case. So we've got Falcon, who's now lost DRS to the Williams boys, and that might open a door for the Mercedes to attack P3 as we got yellow flags in sectors 1 and 3. That is, I think, because Racing Short is already retiring from the race in the pit lane, and that's going to be no points then for Alfa Romeo this weekend. I would not retire from this race under no circumstances whatsoever, because the rules say in F1 that you have to have covered 90% of the race distance of the race winner. So he's not going to fulfill that rule, which means that even though he's DNF and not DSQ, the game would give him points, but actually he shouldn't get the point. And I have mentioned this last stream as well, that I would not have retired, because I have sought clarification last season as I had a crash in Monza on the penultimate lap, and however there was like only 8 or 9 cars finishing the race, so I was like P9 or something. So I asked if I still got the points because I covered more than 90% of the race distance. As we see Yinmo go a bit wide there at turn 1, this could open the door for Marcel Jan. He goes past on the straight, breezes by as he takes P5 there, and he's not looking to stop there. Although I don't think he's going to attack Sean on this straight, is he? No, he isn't. So we got yellow flag sector 1, that is the Alpine. The Alpine has also retired, so no points for Alpine as well. The Alpine is back out on track, but I think he retired in the pit lane. The car just drove back out as AI, so can't really do much there. 3-second time penalty for Yinmo, and that is the first penalty for one of the front runners up here. And you've got Matti take the lead now. Is Janne going to challenge? Yes, he is. He's not going to play the team game. He's just going to go for it, though. Matti lets it happen. I think his tyres are not in the best shape anymore. But Falcon behind him. Then Yinmo has no DRS to Falcon, but he's definitely pushing to get there, I feel like. Is he burning battery? I don't think so. He's losing here a bit on this straight, so it might be that he's running more downforce as well. That's a possibility. That would technically save him tyres, and that kind of should give him a bit more precision through the corners as he's got more grip, but yet he's the first one of the bunch here to get a penalty. So if that's the case, it hasn't really worked out for him, has it? But yeah, no fighting between the Williams here. Sean is fighting Marcel. Yinmo's lost 2 positions, is that possible? Is Yinmo gonna go for it? No, he isn't. Or maybe I am just confused. I think I was right. Anyways. Well, on the subject of real Formula 1. Back to that one maybe. It's been an exciting sprint. This time, luckily, the lawn didn't start burning randomly. The suspicion is that it happened because of the sparks from the cars, that there is some bumps through the corners, so that the car's skip planks hit the ground and that the sparks would have ignited the lawn. Which is kind of weird because it has rained before in Shanghai, so it's not like there's a drought, so the grass isn't particularly dry there. So going into summer, into the European season, it's going to be very dry in some places, definitely. That might pose a bit of a threat there. Janne defends successfully from Falcon. In other news, rookie junior driver of Sauber, Theo Pourchaire, is going to sub in for David Malukas at McLaren's IndyCar team this weekend at Long Beach, qualifying tonight and then the race tomorrow at 9 PM Central European time. So if you are curious for Theo Pourchaire, I can definitely recommend the IndyCar series. As the action has died down a bit as I say that, though, there is Janne going for a pass into 3. Falcon's a bit wide and he's got a warning there as he's the first podium runner to get a track limit, and Sean is catching. I think he's just at that 1 second gap. He was under it for a brief amount of time there. As he's looking to close that gap, he's going on the overtake button here to gain a bit of speed. Is it going to be enough? I'm not sure. I don't think he had the speed there through the corner. Not the greatest exit of 10. We got a VSC. VSC deployed. And there is Tim. He's got a whole front wing as it looks. That's not it. Lindsay though seems to be missing said part of the car. So that will be a forced pit stop, although it isn't a bad time to stop right now, and I'm surprised Tim's staying out. Tim is staying out. Oh no, he switched to mediums anyways, that's why he was so far back. But yeah, so Lindsay now in, but onto hard tyres and to the end of the race. Simple as that. But Tim is staying out. He's probably hoping for a full course safety car here. Lindsay will be hoping that the safety car stays out to the end, but has Lindsay... Medium. What? Putting on another set of medium tyres. Drive-through penalty speeding on the VSC for Sean. See, let's teammate Yinmo pass. Marcel Jan is into the pit lane. He's going to go for the hard compound tyres. That is, I am surprised that Lindsay didn't go for the hards. That's an interesting decision, shall we call it? Because on hards you could go to the end of the race. I'm fairly convinced of that one. Because you've done pretty much half the race nearly on mediums, so shouldn't be a challenge. But yeah, going mediums again will force a pit stop, and that will probably be intended to be for the soft tyre. Otherwise that wouldn't really make sense. I mean, if there was a safety car right now, yeah, probably switch to the hards. Tough luck. But other than that, and there it is! I've called it, and it's Lindsay without the front wing. Tim has still got a front wing. It's who's this in the pit lane? Sean, who's now making a pit stop. I'm not sure he served his drive-through already. I don't think he had the chance to serve his drive-through. I think he might have even entered... Yeah, no. I don't think... Yeah, no, Sean's still got a penalty. The question is that track limits? Nope, he's still got the drive-through. Okay, so he'll serve that after the safety car restart. Obviously, on the safety car you cannot serve your drive-through. You can try. It's not going to be a good idea. Now, what is Janne going to do? He started on the hards. Is he going for mediums? Is he going to tough it out on mediums? Does he think he can do that? As we've got Yinmo heading into the pits. He must have overtaken Matti. What? He must have overtaken Matti, right? Because Matti was ahead. I'll skip the live stream back on my phone just to follow the leaderboard. Yes, Matti is P2. And I think Matti tried to create a gap here. Matti tried to create a gap so he wouldn't get held in the pit stops. Oh, that's cheeky. And Yinmo passes. But Yinmo passes kind of where the pit entry line starts. So, yeah, that will be a tough one for FIA to call. That will be a bit of a precedent, this decision, because also Matti was outside of the pit entry line and crossed it, although at Austria in season 1 we had the clarification that you can take turn 9 from the outside, you can just not cross the black paint between the pit entry and the racetrack. I will point it out to you once we pass by the pit lane. So I think that in itself was correct. The question is, does that count as an overtake in a pit entry? Is that legal, like what Sebastian Vettel has done in the past at China? was it not? So you can take the line from the outside, like the safety car's doing now, basically, and then go into the pit lane. You may just not cross the paint there where it says P0, as we've got Tim Bleichen. No clue as to why he hadn't stopped. Maybe he was scared of getting lapped. But he's most certainly going for... Okay, he's going for mediums. Fair enough. I mean, he's fulfilled tyre rules, yes? Yeah, he has. Absolutely. So... yeah, I mean, with that, you can just go to the end. I think 16 laps, doable. Car's only going to get lighter, so not much difficulty there, I think. Just that at some point maybe the hards might become faster. That's also going to be Jan's problem here. And I believe we're going to get a safety car restart this lap. And safety car restarts is something we've talked about at Jeddah. Or that was talked about after the race in Jeddah within the league, as there was a bit of chaos at the restart. There was two situations in particular where there was seemed to be sudden braking and acceleration by another car, but Jan is solving that problem by just going for it out of turn 9, so he's already dropped the rest of the field by a second nearly as they cross the start finish line. Max Verstappen style there, already gone off into the distance. 3-second time penalty for Tim. Oh, that's unlucky for him. But it was coming for him eventually. I would have been surprised if he'd managed without a penalty. Not that I in any way not how do you say this? I am lost for words. Not that I dislike him in any way, you know. It's just I know because he said to me that he's often not very consistent, that is sort of his problem with his driving, and so he very often in pretty much all the races gets at least one track limit penalty. So Sean's entering the pits now for his drive-through pen, and that's going to throw him all the way to the back of the field, where he's probably going to stay for now. So he's going to come out far, far, far back from everybody. Maybe he can get Tim, maybe even if it's just because of Tim's penalty, because Sean doesn't have a track limit pen yet. As we see Matty go to the inside of Falcon. He's going to be on the outside for turn 6. Is he going to try? No. He can't. He doesn't even get the chance to try it. Which is fair enough. But Falcon definitely more looking back than forwards. As Matty, decent exit I'd say out of the last corner. DRS is going to be enabled. Is Yenmo going to challenge him into 1? That could be a bit of a time loss, so Yenmo thinks better of it, doesn't do it, but he's very close to Matty now. He might go for it into turn 3, but Matty thinks that attack is the best defense as he goes for it, and Yenmo is attacked by Marcel, so he's not really getting the chance to attack Matti, who's now got the inside of Falcon. This time he's further ahead and he pulls completely ahead out of the corner. Yinmo in the background defense from Marcel in the Aston. Successfully, at least for now. But I've got a hunch, just from looking at this situation, that Falcon is not going to be particularly fast here. He might fall to the clutches of the Mercedes here. He goes for it on the outside actually of turn 1 here on Matti though. But that could just be despair as well. He could just... Yeah, he's definitely using battery. As we get a 4 wide action for a split second there. Marcel through on Matti. Falcon stays in P4 for now. Matti's third. Yinmo drops to 5th. As Falcon is attacking P3. There's... Oh, carnage in the background. Somebody's gone off. And somebody's got front wing damage. That somebody not being Marcel, not being Yinmo. Well, he's just alone at the back of the field. I thought someone lost an end plate there. Am I starting to see things that are not happening? But oh my god, that was crazy. And now Matti's gonna go for it, I believe, on Falcon. He's not holding back, despite all the chaos that just kicked off. I'll try and ask the boys for maybe some POVs that I can maybe post on the channel, maybe as shorts, as we get some 3 wide action nearly into turn 4. In the end it's just 2 wide, but that's still great, isn't it? And it's turn 6, Yinmo stays ahead on the outside, retains P5 here. Marcel nearly losing DRS here on Matti. Is he gonna stick in the DRS? Yes, just about. Or is he? Is the rear wing open? Yes, it is. That was fairly close. And Matti going for it now on the Red Bull again. Switches to the inside here. No, he sticks back. It's not... I'm not sure if he's really that eager to pass. I think he might just want to sit here, save some ERS, and just wait until the end of the race, nearly. The penultimate lap, or maybe even the last lap. Because he feels like it's the better chance. It's just going to create chaos. He's just going to waste battery if he tries and to pull away now. It's not going to work out for him, so we'll see. He's not going for it into turn 1. That is no surprise anyways, but he's very, very close. Is he going to go for the move now? Because if he isn't seriously going for it, as it's 3 wide action into turn 3, Marcel on the inside deciding to go for it as Yinmo sees a chance and goes through into P3, at least briefly, as Marcel loses position to Falcon, who certainly used a lot of ERS. Yinmo again sees an opportunity, slips through. He's on the outside of Marcel through turn 6. Can he keep his nose in there? No, he cannot. Matti's demoted to P5. Now Tim Bleich is watching all of this from an absolute prime viewing spot, as he's just sitting in the background just waiting for the others to sort of get it sorted and maybe try and slip through a gap somewhere, but he's being very cautious about this, which is probably good advice right now, as I have a subtle feeling that we're gonna see some action here again on this lap, as exactly that happens, as we see Marcel go for it on Falcon, who's wide out of turn 3. That gives Yinmo the opportunity to go down the inside potentially. He's not going to do that. Matty's going to try instead. As Yinmo kind of boxed in on the outside, but Matty can't hang it around the outside of turn 6 there. What a crazy race. It didn't look like much in the first half. It was quite okay, but it's all kicking off now. The gloves are coming off, and all of this battling is silently helping Jan in the Williams, just pulling away there. He's 8.5 seconds into the lead now, in equal cars, mind you, as well. So it's not like he's got a performance... Well, he wouldn't have a performance advantage in the Williams, would he? But, yeah, this is crazy stuff from him, as we see Marcel go on the inside of Falcon. Falcon on the outside goes through, as we got some contact there, and it's 3 wide into turn 6. Oh, and that is most certainly a huge penalty, as we see Tim spin, but Matty comes out on top in this carnage. He wasn't really properly involved there. I mean, he was there, but it's not like he's done anything. Marcel Jan was just taken out there. At least that would be my verdict. Seeing this so quickly. Yeah, the Red Bull's just pulling to the outside. As Tim gets another 3-second penalty. Unlucky, mate. But yeah, Falcon just completely swipes across Marcel for whatever reason in the world. And what the heck has happened to Matty that he's now in P6? Yinmo is P2. Ahead of Lindsay. Oh, Matty's had a spinner at the last corner. Now that's crazy. Everybody's a bit nervous right now, or everybody's been a bit nervous the last couple laps, so maybe this is gonna die down a bit now. Sean is now within penalty range of Tim, and he's probably gonna overtake him on track as well, to be fair. Let's have penalties on, just to show you. Yinmo's got us 3 seconds, so if he can pull away from Lindsay, it's going to be P3, not P2. But it will still be a very good result for him. As he's looking to get another podium this season. It's definitely not going to be the first one. I'm not sure how many he's got. I think 3 or even 4. But yeah, he's certainly just got here and scored some decent points. And if he can step up his game a little bit, he might be in the fight for the championship. Because, let's be honest, it's not just his pace that let Jan get away in front, because there was a lot of battling. He wasn't first in that group, and even if he were, just absolutely dumping the ERS to try and pull away. If it fails, you're lost, and that's it. As Marcel sets the fastest lap, he's had to make a pit stop for his front wing, and he's gone on to softs quite clearly as Lindsay goes for the move now. Yemo, come on, just let that move happen on the outside. Save some battery and go for it again as he runs a bit of an awkward exit there of turn 6, and almost we saw, we would have almost seen a switchback style overtake out of turn 6. That would have been an interesting one. Let's put it that way. Matty's fighting to close towards Falcon as he's dragging along Tim, but I mean, Tim is not really a threat for Matty right now because of the penalty. I just let it happen, don't fight this too hard. And then put some pressure on, because I don't know, you might just, lead them to want to stay ahead on track, just for pride or something. Or I don't know if maybe one of his warnings might get removed, because I don't know how every single one of them happened, or if he's got just 3. But everything's possible. Track limits isn't quite an easy mistake to make at Austria, so literally anything could happen as Tim gets another 3-second penalty. Oh wow, now he's got to stay aware of Marcel nearly. Yeah, I don't think so. That's a bit too large of a gap, but who knows? If he makes a mistake. Hello Alex, it's Scott. Hello Scott, how are you doing? Oh, Yinmo goes for the move there on the inside. And that is something that will make Mercedes team principal proud. As he made a nice move there in turn 4. Very clean execution. I'm good myself, what about you? I'm great, thank you. Commenting the stream, then I think I'm gonna test my new running shoes, and I'll probably watch IndyCar quali this evening. What's happened in quali between Sean and Marcel? Sean was... I have got it on the stream. Sean was on the racing line between turn 8 and turn 9, and Marcel darted to the right to avoid him, but I felt like Sean moved a little to the right because I feel like he wanted to get off the racing line because he noticed too late that there was a car on a fast lap behind, is what I think. So it's kind of a mistake, but it's probably... It is probably a deserved grid penalty, to be fair, and I guess I'd have to see the onboard clip of Sean to give you a definite verdict, but I think that at least the game's grid penalty that it gave was certainly fair, I'd say. As what did Tim do? Is he on softs? Yes, he is. He's trying to get fastest lap. Tim has pitted for fastest lap. He could have beaten Marcel in this race. He could have stayed ahead because Marcel's now got a 3-second penalty, but he opted to go for fastest lap. That's not clever. I'm just sorry, that is not clever. As Lindsay has overtaken Yimmo again. And Matti has overtaken Falcon on track, but we see Jan crossing the line for quite a dominant victory, 15 seconds ahead of P2 with a safety car in between. If game gave him a penalty, then we don't need to do anything. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. It gave him a 5-place grid drop, unless you decide that he needs more than a 5-place grid drop, but yeah. Anyway, so we've got Jan ahead of Lindsay and Yinmo on the podium. Matti, then we've got Sean, Falcon, Marcel. It's been a hectic one. In the second half of the race, the last couple laps have been quiet again, but yeah, there was a fair bit of on-track action here. As we see the podium. What is going to be interesting to see is going to be the clip of Falcon, where he swiped across Marcel entry turn 6. Because from what I saw on the live stream, it just looks like the Red Bull just completely swiped across him on corner entry. So yeah, not great. But I mean, it might have been an issue with the proximity arrows. I don't know. Tim gets fastest lap. That's maybe worth mentioning. So that worked out for him. But yeah, I don't quite get it. He would have been ahead of Marcel. He would have had the 6-second gap, I think. Or maybe he had a mistake I didn't see. So he decided to box. Maybe he had a spin. Or half spin or something. That cost him time. Anyways, that's it from the stream. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to not miss the next one. Next week, same time. And yeah, maybe I'll post some things in between if I find the time. Anyways, enjoy your Saturday, have a great time, stay healthy, and yeah, see you next time, hopefully. Until then, goodbye.